How would you feel if you lost some of your land to settle a conflict, and eventually got it back after a controversial auction? That's precisely what happened to Crainer with a small piece of land on the southern tip of Squid Island. So, what led to this point? The land in question was initially occupied by the Slogo Lighthouse, an expanded version of Slogo's hut. It was the tallest building on Squid Island until Jelly passed a law stating that, quote, citizens are not allowed to live in buildings that resemble a tower structure. Due to this, Slogo abandoned the structure and moved into a different building. Fast forward to February 2024, when the Slogo Lighthouse was demolished following the Treaty of Squid Island. However, the basement area of the Slogo Lighthouse was left intact. Anyway, the section of land the lighthouse stood on was integrated into Crainer land. Throughout early 2024, Crainer built structures on the piece of land, such as an aquarium for his pet fish, Floppy. All was well until March 2024, when tensions began to rise on Squid Island. After the trio built the Squid City Market, Crainer blew up Jelly's stand as a troll.
I'll see you guys there then.
You told me to stop.
Alright, I'm
Crainer, it's on.
What do you mean it's on?
Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.
What does that mean, Jelly?
You're a dead man!
What do you mean I'm a dead man? I'm still here!
Jelly responded to the crisis by challenging Crainer to a sword fight.
Crainer, if you are man enough, all right?
Okay.
Then accept challenging me in a sword fight.
Crainer.
Huh? How about that?
Is that Borko chicken right there?
No, it's not your chicken. It's my own from my restaurant, No Fish.
Oh, okay. So you
Yeah,
continue.
that's what are we saying, Jelly?
Will you sword fight me?
I never thought you would ask. How do we start, dude?
Wait,
Take
that's
off
kinda-
my pants?
He means like a swordy sword fight.
Oh, you
Like
want
this
to
one.
fight?
Yeah. And to make it even more spicy, we will
No,
have
stop. Put your pants on, Crainer.
Okay.
we will have something that we're gonna put on as a reward.
A condition that was implemented as part of the fight was that a wager could be set. Specifically, a 20 by 20 piece of land from Crainer and Jelly's territories would be put on as a reward. On Crainer's land, it was the section that Slogo's lighthouse formerly stood on. As for Jelly's land, it was the area in front of his den lava pyramid. The trio gathered resources to build the arena, which they did. Crainer and Jelly proceeded to fight, with the latter winning.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the fight begin.
What's up, Jelly? What's up, huh?
Not much. The sky.
What are you gonna do? Ah!
Okay, we've had a couple hits there from the green corner. It looks like we're trading hits at the moment. We're getting a lot of
Take that,
grunting
Jelly!
noises.
Take what?
from
Take my
Jelly.
sword. Yeah. Run.
Crainer
What are you doing?
appears to be
I was gonna glitch
trying
out
to-
after my mount. It didn't work.
If you leave the arena, the fight is forfeit.
Yeah, Crainer. Yeah, try to leave the
There
arena.
is
Try to leave
a
the arena,
boat
Crainer.
in the arena.
Try to leave the
happened?
Wait,
arena.
where did Jelly go? You're there.
Green is getting a considerable amount of hits in.
No.
This could go either way.
No.
Crainer, you need to stop running and actually fight. And we have a winner.
I don't like this at all, man.
Crainer, you
Hey,
are
what
the
happens
loser.
to his items?
They go back to him. It was for the
Okay.
land, not the items.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll take them. Can I
I'll
get
give
the
you your boat back. Here's your boat.
The boat means more to me
All
than
right.
any diamond
You know what?
armor.
I'm gonna drop it in here. I'm not gonna throw it over. I won, Crainer! I'm the official gladiator of Squid Island!
As a result of his victory, Jelly won the piece of land that the Slogo Lighthouse formerly stood on. This effectively meant that Jelly owned a part of Crainer's land. What did he decide to do with this piece of land? Jelly built a lava skyscraper on it.
Maybe it's even better if the lava itself looks like the entrance. And we just simply decorate the outsides. Isn't that even cooler? Like that. We made a little pillar on the side. I mean, it looks kind of cool if you ask me. It's the most random thing I've ever built. We can actually remove some of these things. Maybe even the outer layer because this tower is a thing on its own. It would be good to like be able to enter it though. I just don't really know how. Can we just place a door? What happens if we place a door in that thing? I gotta try. Where's wood? I don't have enough wood. All right, first we remove the outer edge, then we get a door and see what happens if we place a door in there. All right, let's try this then. Let's try this. First, we gotta protect it. Is there a middle? There is a middle. We gotta put the door here. Boom! Like, why can't I? Ah! Where did the door go? All right, I made a new one. I don't understand why I can't place anything there. Oh, I can. Ah. Yes! Oh my god, that's sick! What happens now if I remove some of these? Uh-oh. I might need to make some slabs and put the slabs like there. Let's see what happens then. That's pretty cool.
Jelly's lava skyscraper became the tallest building on Squid Island, spanning a height of 87 blocks. The structure existed for around 1.5 months, surviving a war that broke out on the island. May 2024 marked the turning point for the land Jelly's lava skyscraper stood on. On May 1st, an auction was held where Sluggo forced Jelly to return the land to Crainer.
Welcome
Thank
to the first Bortco-sponsored auction.
Why
Today,
is it sponsored?
We just because it is, okay?
Yes.
Today we are going to be hosting the auction
Woo-hoo!
of the plot of land here.
No, I don't agree.
The
I'm the
seller,
owner.
Jelly.
Yes, he's the seller.
And we have only one buyer that has entered today.
No, wait! Hey!
Humpyco.
Humpyco is me. I represent Humpyco.
So,
Thank you, Jelly, for
we
agreeing
will
to sell your land.
Starting the bidding at 1 diamond.
No,
Ah.
this is ridiculous!
Do we have 1 diamond? Do we
Ah.
have 1 diamond?
I have a steak.
Okay.
piece of beef?
We have a steak from the man in yellow representing
Can
Humpyco.
anybody bid above me?
not for sale!
Anybody
Any other bidders?
I don't see anyone, Josh.
It's not for sale!
Going sold
Yeah!
to the man in yellow.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
Humpyco is gonna use this for greatness. Jelly,
Right, let me
here's
get
your
that in
price.
here. 1 steak.
This was controversial, as it brought up the debate of whether the auction should have been allowed to take place. What do you think? Anyway, what did Crainer decide to do with his newly acquired land? He destroyed Jelly's skyscraper and built the headquarters for his company, Humpyco.
There's no better feeling, seriously, than me right now removing netherrack from my island. I know it technically wasn't my island, but nobody can tell me that it didn't feel like my island still, okay? It was in my heart. In my heart, it was always my island, so it feels nice to finally get rid of this stupid on fire netherrack. You know what? You can stay over on Jelly's land. I'm not gonna judge what he's got going on over there. If he wants netherrack all over the place, so be it. I just don't want this ugly block on my land. And Humpy can burn himself on the fire. What are you thinking, Jelly, you crazy guy? Okay, this is the last pieces I'm gonna get rid of, and then we can officially call it Crainer Land once again. Or I guess Humpyco Land once again. Ta-da! We finally did it! Vault Crainer 2024. Link is down in the description below.
All in all, the story of the 20 by 20 piece of land that Crainer lost and regained is wild. I want to end off this video by asking you all a question. Was the return of Jelly's land to Crainer justified?